Ugh, a eunuch as my charioteer? I won't accept it, declared Uttara Kumara. Dharmaraja, who was in the guise of a Brahmin, then said, Prince Uttara Kumara, as your kingdom's chief advisor, believe me when I say that I know Brihannala well. At this time, if he serves as your charioteer, it will bring safety and victory to you and our entire kingdom. With these words, he managed to convince Uttara Kumara. As they were about to depart, Uttara Kumara's 16-year-old sister, Uttara, called out, Brother, when you return, bring me the upper garments of some king you defeat in battle. I want them to decorate my dolls. Of course, sister, Uttara Kumara replied, his chest puffed out in the manner of a brave warrior as he set off. The chariot, with Brihannala up front and Uttara Kumara standing tall behind, sped toward the enemy army. They rode on until they reached the front of the army. Looking ahead, they saw 50,000 soldiers, and it was none other than the Hastinapura army. Within its ranks were Duryodhana, Karna, Shakuni, and Dronacharya. Until that moment, even Brihannala hadn't realized they would be facing the Hastinapura forces. The moment Brihannala recognized them, he turned around and glanced at Uttara Kumara. The young prince was still standing there, chest thrust out, looking heroic. But when Brihannala lowered his gaze toward Uttara Kumara's feet, he saw them trembling uncontrollably, like the shivering of someone stricken with a cold fever. Uttara Kumara was in a state of shock, unable to move. Still trying to put on a brave face, he whispered, Brihannala, without making a sound, turn the chariot around. Let's hurry back to the fort. Brihannala asked, What is it, prince? I told you, turn the chariot around. Let's get back to the fort as fast as we can. Uttara Kumara insisted. It's not that, my prince. Brihannala began, but Uttara Kumara cut him off. It is my order. Turn back. Very well, my prince, replied Brihannala, turning the chariot around. Because Arjuna was disguised as Brihannala, Duryodhana did not recognize him. The Hastinapura soldiers burst out laughing and shouted, Cowards, you're running away! Brihannala drove the chariot far from the Hastinapura army and halted beneath a large tree at the outskirts of the Virata kingdom. Why did you stop here? Asked Uttara Kumara. Come on, let's hide inside the fort. Ignoring him, Brihannala jumped down from the chariot, climbed the tree, and brought down a large bundle. When he opened it, inside were the Gandiva bow and a cache of arrows, Arjuna's weapons, which he had hidden there. What are these? Uttara Kumara asked in astonishment. I am Arjuna, disguised as Brihannala, he revealed. Now, I will deal with them. He picked up the Gandiva bow and attached the string. In one swift motion, he pulled back the bowstring and released it. A thunderous boom resounded, striking fear into the hearts of the Hastinapura troops. Kripacharya, who stood near Duryodhana, placed a hand on the prince's shoulder and said, Duryodhana, Arjuna is coming. When Duryodhana looked up, he saw that the chariot, which had fled earlier, was now racing back at twice the speed. This time, Uttara Kumara was driving the chariot, while Arjuna stood behind him, fully prepared for battle. Even though Arjuna was still in that eunuch's attire, just the sight of him poised for war on the chariot made the entire Hastinapura army tremble. Seeing this, Karna shouted, Duryodhana, today I'll finish Arjuna off, and raised his bow. But before he could do anything, an arrow streaked through the air and struck Karna's bow, snapping it into two pieces. Witnessing this, Duryodhana's heart nearly burst. Then Duryodhana exclaimed, Bhishma Pitamaha, I discovered Arjuna before the end of the incognito period. Therefore, send them back to the forest exile. That means I've already won. Bhishma replied, Duryodhana, the incognito period ended this very morning. From now on, they are free to go anywhere openly. Duryodhana retorted, Even so, I won't spare him. Soldiers, fire your arrows. In an instant, Arjuna lifted the Gandiva and unleashed a Sammohana Astra. Its effect was so overwhelming that all 50,000 soldiers lost consciousness at once, drained of their energy. Prince Uttara Kumara, our work here is done, Arjuna said. Friends, do you believe that reading just one incredibly interesting story can make a person forget their worldly troubles? If you simply read it to your children, do you believe they can learn all the values they need for life? Do you believe that for any problem you are facing now or might face in the future, you can find a solution by just reading one story? Yes, it's possible. Only through the greatest epic ever told in human history, the Mahabharata. This story is 100 times more thrilling than any super hit movie. It's a challenge. The Mahabharata, written in my own words, is available in 2 parts, both as physical books and e-books on Amazon and 43 other online stores. This work is available in 54 languages worldwide. I've placed the links in the description below this video. Order your copy immediately because this is not just a book, it's a complete library for your life. One moment, Arjuna, said Uttara Kumara as he jumped down from the chariot. He went over to the unconscious Duryodhana, took his upper garment, and climbed back onto the chariot. In the midst of celebrations over Arjuna's victory and the fact that he had saved the kingdom, King Virata said, Arjuna, please accept my daughter Uttara's hand in marriage as a token of my gratitude. But Arjuna replied, my son Abhimanyu is of marriageable age. Please give your daughter to him. The king agreed, and Abhimanyu was married to Uttara in a grand ceremony. When Duryodhana learned of this, he was already reeling under the humiliation of having an arrow shot at him, losing his upper garment, and now this new marriage news only made him burn with resentment. At that moment, Bhishma said, Duryodhana, the Pandavas have successfully completed their 13 years of exile, 12 in the forest and 1 incognito. You must honor your word and return their kingdom. You promised to do so. But Duryodhana retorted, Kingdom, I won't give them even an inch of land. I will see their end. Bhishma warned him, Duryodhana, if you persist like this, the Pandavas will not hesitate to fight you, and if war breaks out, it will be the Pandavas who win. These words only bruised Duryodhana's ego further. He declared, I've made up my mind. If war is inevitable, so be it. I am ready. And in that very moment, the seeds of the Kurukshetra War were sown. Back in Hastinapura's royal court, Duryodhana announced clearly, even though the Pandavas have completed their exile and incognito period successfully, I will not return Indraprastha to them. When the Pandavas heard this, they and the Kauravas began preparing for war. They sought alliances with friendly kingdoms. Both Arjuna and Duryodhana traveled to Dwarka to request the assistance of the mightiest, most powerful ally, Lord Shri Krishna. It was early morning when Duryodhana arrived in Krishna's chambers first. Krishna appeared to be asleep, or rather, he was pretending to be asleep. In that room, there was only one bed where Krishna lay. There was space to sit either near his head or at his feet. Duryodhana thought, I can't risk waking Krishna rudely. If he gets offended, he might refuse to help me. But I'm a king. Why should I sit by his feet? So he chose to sit behind Krishna's head. Right then, Arjuna also entered and sat at Krishna's feet. After a little while, Krishna stirred and opened his eyes. The first person he saw was Arjuna. Arjuna, when did you get here? He asked. I just arrived, Krishna. Arjuna began to reply. When Duryodhana cleared his throat, Krishna turned to see him sitting behind. Duryodhana, you're here too? He asked. Something tells me you haven't come empty-handed. You must have a big request. Tell me what it is. Duryodhana explained. The day is coming when the Pandavas and Kauravas will finally clash. That's why I'm here. But first, let me say we both arrived for your help. By rights, since I came first, you should promise to help me before you help Arjuna. Krishna replied, I didn't notice who came first. I only saw Arjuna the moment I opened my eyes. Therefore, I'll help him first. Duryodhana wasn't happy about this decision. Friends, the content in the next episode will go to an even higher level. Don't miss it. We'll meet again next Saturday at the same time. Order my Mahabharata books right now. Links are in the description below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so immediately. Till then, take care. Bye.